loyalty already to see how many potentials you might have coming to your team. What I need from you guys is to go through that list and email me who you do not have emails for so I can get them to you. Because if you look at another sheet that I have in your packet there, which is the preseason checklist, the first thing I need you guys to do is have a parent meeting. Because we need to know if everybody's on board for the state league. I'm hoping we can convince them to do it. It's a go this year. It's happening. We're having our first pod here Thanksgiving weekend. And then it's going to be Sun Valley, and then it's going to be McCall, and then it's going to be Idaho Falls. So McCall and Idaho Falls will be after the new year. We'll be Thanksgiving. December will be Sun Valley. January will be McCall. February will be Idaho Falls. Unless McCall backs out. So this is the other thing. So for these, every association has agreed it is the bare bones price. You're not paying for anything else besides referees, scorekeepers, and the ice. So there's no tournament fees. There's no fees for banners, because we're not. When we do these pod weekends, there's no places. It's a weekend of season games. So you play your 4 games over the weekend, and that'll be that. So you're not going to get ranked. There's no brackets. There's no brochures. There's none of that crap that we're charging for. And some of these other rinks in Idaho Falls, I'm going to say it, upcharge the crap out of everybody that comes there. So they've agreed that bare bones. So honestly, Boise is going to be the most expensive for everybody else because our ice is full. So we will recoup some of that cost when we go up to Idaho Falls, or to Salmon if we do. So Salmon is going to have a high school tournament probably this year. So I want to try and take that weekend off and encourage schools to go up there if they could. But other than that, the first thing is this preseason checklist. I'm really going to need you guys to have that parent meeting and get that going. And if we can talk to some of these parents and let them know that we're having a statewide league, I think it's going to help some of them making that travel decision at that age. If they know we're going to have limited travel, it's definitely going to help. Some of them are looking for this.
Are they still doing the CenturyLink tournament?
Yeah, so CenturyLink tournament, they gave me a date already, which I cannot believe, and it's a solid date of October 27, 28, 29. It's on that paper too. So that's something you're going to have to go over your parents with. These are just kind of I gave you a checklist of just the things off the top of my head that I can think of that you might want to run over your parents with quick to get started. So as far as these lists go that you guys are looking at, please add guys that I might have missed, and then send me the names of the players that you don't have emails for so I can get you to them right away so you can have a parent meeting. Because I'm not going to have an all high school parent meeting. You guys need to have team parent meetings. And the other side of that is team managers. I suggest you get one because this year we cannot start the city league until everyone is T1. Now, this is going to mean each team is responsible for bringing your own roster to me with all your USA hockeys and all of your birth certificates. I cannot be getting random emails because that's when I just get lost. I got 6 teams and I'm getting emails all over the place. I'm scrambling trying to do everybody's rosters. I need, just like I gave you.
You've got this stuff.
If you know 100% they're on your T1 from last year, I will trust that you can leave their birth certificate out. Okay? If you know that 100%, if you're not sure, just get it for me. Okay? Now.
CenturyLink was T1 last year.
Yeah. So, but we're going to start a game or two before CenturyLink.
No, I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Our CenturyLink roster last year was T1.
Yes, it was.
So everybody that was on that roster.
Should be good. Yeah. And if you have a copy of that, provide it to me, and I can double check it. That'll make it even easier. So I'm going to need a full packet, all their birth certificates. You know, if you have last year's T1 with the names crossed off, and then all their USA hockeys before the start of our first game, which I have on that other sheet. Here you guys should be looking at right here. First tryout day is going to be on 9/5. So those are the dates and times for tryouts. Pretty much, your practice time is the same as last year, give or take 15, 20 minutes. Know that this year, during the week, we are doing a 50-minute hour. So practices are 50 minutes with a 10-minute ice cut. So we needed to, we're so full, that's how we can get a couple more teams on the ice by the end of the night. So just know that. Now, if you look at the way these practices are set up, most teams on Monday can share a sheet of ice with a Tuesday team, a Wednesday team, or a Thursday team. So everybody's set up where if you want to share, it is possible. So I know a couple teams have taken advantage of that in the past. It's not mandatory, highly encouraged. So please note that. And then note that on Saturday, we will have a shared practice to start the season the weekend before we start our games, or our tryouts, sorry. Does that make sense so far? We did the same thing last year to start the season. And I can care less who you guys want it. I'm leaving that up to you. Who wants to go on whose ice? You guys all know each other. Up to you. And then I have the exhibition game schedule. If you want to look at that. Boise Timberline, Eagle Rocky, right away, get some fire going. And then Bishop Kelly, Mountain View, Kent County, BCM. I tried to match it up so it's kind of, you guys will have a positive experience for exhibition. I wasn't going to put a 27-player team against a 9-player team. No, not at all. So.
Especially when that 9-player team wins.
Yeah. All right, it's tossed. It's trash talk and starting already. I like it. So, any questions on that stuff so far? Those times for practice and stuff, cool for everybody? Okay, cool. Now I have your packets in here for the state league, the commitment forms and the rules. Now, if you guys have questions about the rules, contact on the back Joel Griffith, because I'm just going to have to ask him. So it would probably be better to get it straight from the horse's mouth, because he can articulate it better, because he's the one who wrote all these. So he is the league commissioner. So he's the one that you're going to need to be familiar with anyways. What we're going to do after games is these weekend tournaments, we're going to take the score sheets, or I think we're going to try and get some kind of online league tracker, like whether I get team sideline or whatever the state's going to use, but we'll have online standings. But this is the criteria for the game, so it's kind of the same wherever we go. So when we go to Sun Valley or come here, there's a league standard. So just kind of go over the rules, with your parents at the parent meeting, or give them copies if they want. And then this is the commitment form that we're going to need. I think he's got a date on there somewhere. Oh yeah, certified. He doesn't have a due date on this. If you could get this by first registration, or by the first practice night, would be perfect. So I would imagine you get this by the end of your parent meeting. You'll kind of have an idea of what's going on. I really hope we encourage the high school league. I'm going to encourage you guys to encourage the parents of the good things that can happen from the high school league. It could morph into these kids actually get represented at their schools. If we don't start solidifying a statewide league, why would the schools respect what we're doing here, right? So I think that's step one, is getting the high school league going. And then step two is getting to be a club or a sanctioned sport, but we got to start somewhere. It's going to be a little tough with Canyon County, but if we got a statewide league, good things can happen. Two, it's going to help affordable travel. I think at an age where if you look at some of the travel the last couple of years, the numbers have been really low. I think the Steelheads U18 team was their 16 team. So I think what we can do is build a really good high school league where these kids can save money but still get the experience they're looking for. Does that make sense? So I really hope you guys believe in that. If you don't, I don't want you to preach something you don't believe in, but for the benefit of the doubt, please try and push this to your parents and convince them, because I think it's awesome for the state and for the league and for the growth of the program. If our Lights and our Squirts and our Pewees know that they have a high school league that's growing to come into, they're going to be more apt to stay and play hockey. So that's another thing. It's a retention tool for us too. So please do that. Any questions on any of this? Any questions so far? Pretty straightforward stuff, guys. You guys have all been through this. My biggest concern is making sure those T1s are done before the start of the year, because I do not need to get my ass chewed this time. It'll be my fault this time, for real. Last time it was Tom's fault. This time it'll be my fault, and I don't want that to happen. So it will come to where I will have to stand there with a staff member and tell a kid, you can't play today, as he's trying to step on the ice with his game jersey on. I'm sorry, you can't play. Practice is another story. I'm not going to be that guy, but I will not get my ass chewed again for something as simple as USA Hockey that they should have anyways. So there's a sense of urgency at your parent meetings. It's our only full check league, so there is potential for somebody to get really injured, and that's the last thing I want is somebody not getting covered or something. So self-sufficient. You have your team managers, you're doing your own rosters, everybody knows what they need. If you don't know what you need, and if you get a new team manager, which I suggest that everybody gets one, so you can push some of this stuff off to, but if they don't know what they need, come find me. BK made a full book last year, a whole rundown of what they need to do. I'm sure Will would let me copy that, or I can give you a rundown of what they need to do to be compliant for everything that we need. Other than that, that's all I have. Comments, concerns, anything like that?
Don't forget to grade on your safe sport.
Yeah, oh yes, coaches, please make sure you go in and check your Idaho amateur background check, your safe sport. Make sure that you have all your modules and that you're up to date on your coaching clinics if you need one. I think everybody here is level 4, so pretty much good. Corbin, did you do a coaching clinic this year?
I will.
Yeah, I have them coming out. There'll be an email going out, so you'll be notified, but yeah, I'll have one coming out here in September and October, so as long as you're registered, you can jump on the exit, you're totally fine. I think that's everything I can think of right now. Registration for high school, it's going to be, they're going to call them, they're registered, they're not going to pay until after tryouts, just like last year. So hopefully we can have a sheet for you so you know what's coming. So just encourage your parents after your parent meeting, call in, get registered so we know you're on the roster so I can plan my tryouts.
There's only one tryout day.
One tryout, one exhibition. Now, if you want to, if you're on the fence on a couple kids and you want to take that next practice on that Saturday, that's the group practice there, to give a kid a shot, I'm more than fine with that. And then we are offering the redshirt program again. Now, I don't know if it's going to be $125, it might be $150 this year, because I think that was too cheap. But we are going to offer the red shirt for 9th graders and up only, right? Yes, I made a mistake of misquoting myself to a parent, and I had to go back on that. So 9th graders and up only. You can offer the red shirt too. I will prorate them if it's something that you want to talk to them after tryouts. Be like, hey, keep working hard. I'll come see a couple of your JV practices, or if you want to get them on my radar, I can tell you how they're doing. And say Christmas time comes and you want to, yeah, we can go ahead and
We got record numbers coming out of learning to play, so they can skate and stop.
Yeah.
But they may not be ready for.
Yeah. So
we
we have our JV program. We're going to have like 4 full teams. So I would recommend this year. What I would like to do, and maybe we set it up as a fun night, that all the coaches come out and we wear our school jackets and we sit in the stands and just make it look like we're scouting the JV kids. Just because I think it adds excitement. The reason these kids at 13, 14 are starting to play hockey is because they want to play high school hockey. They have no idea what it really takes because they just started hockey now. They don't realize they're going against kids that have been playing their whole life. But I want to encourage that. I want to keep it coming because they have younger brothers and younger sisters. It's just good for the program. So if that's something you guys are cool with doing, I think maybe we can do that to a couple JV games or practices. Go sit out there. We know already potentially what schools these kids will be going to, and you guys can talk to them, we can whatever. But I think it'd be kind of cool to recruit within our own house league for high school and kind of separate ourselves as a more elite program in high school, and and just add a little bit of a stigma to it that they're scouting us or whatever it is. Kind of play that game with these kids. So plus I think it's cool. I mean, to have that in your own city, I mean that's pretty cool. These kids deserve it. I think high school hockey is probably the most dedicated sport out of them all. They don't just get to step out of the classroom onto the field or the gym. They're coming all the way out to high school from Canada County, from everywhere. So I want these kids to be appreciated. We're going to do the game of the week again, all that fun stuff. If anybody has any ideas, please get in contact to Will for your music directors and stuff, because he will take it from there. Just get him the name and the email, and he'll take it from there. But we want to keep trying to step that up this year. Keep bringing in fans. We'll try to get, you guys got ideas about anything? Like we'll try to do giveaways to get kids in, whatever it is. I want to start getting it packed in here. And then the last thing I will mention, because it's been thrown around and I know there's rumors, we're not splitting any teams this year. But if we have 27 kids for boys and Timberline, next year we will. I want to give a full year so you'll go order jerseys. Parents know it's coming. So I've had parents call me when I heard that this is what I was like. The split was like BCM, it wasn't even Boise Timberline. What? What are you talking about? So these are staying the way they are, so you tell your parents that. You can probably let your parents know that next year there probably will be a change coming with the numbers, which is great. stay playing at their junior high, all those kids that are going to Timberline they'll be enough for a full team. Just that stage. Well, they're going to be. So, and then, I mean, they might be 11, 12 players next year, but that's the same with everybody else, right? So there's nothing to change.
10 this year, everybody shows up.
Yeah, exactly. So,
This year, if we call it play.
yeah.
5.
Is that what's on your list then? You scratch your
He's out. Those are seniors.
Oh, okay.
4 McCall and 3 which didn't play. They played in Century Link, so I'll have like
5
5.
players.
And
So,
unless there's young kids coming up. I don't know who
no,
this kid
split
is.
may need to join.
Yeah.
Can't tell you.
I don't know who that kid is, or if you have anybody from Sander, from Warren, or McCall. And I'll be lucky if I get these two.
Well, I'll send an email up to McCall and see if they got anybody.
Because at the state meeting, there was some talk that they wanted to do their own team.
Yeah, at the state meeting, McCall's trying to do their own team. That's why they're trying to host a high school to try and build their program. We'll just play it by ear, man. Honestly, if we have to combine, because there's no way I'm just not going to have those kids not play. So either we combine them on Canyon County, or we just disperse them to the rest of the league, and we just have 5 teams this year. Except for probably when we come up with a team, because they got too many already, but we can disperse them to everybody else and try and get more numbers and have 5 full teams instead of 6, depleted teams.
So is it goalie feast or goalie famine this year? I got 3.
I don't know the goalie situation, so that's a great point. So when you have your parent meetings, please find out the goalie situation that you have, and then we can go from there. Obviously, the goalies will just try and make it work until we get to the point where we have goalies that are just going every school. Until then, I mean, it's just going to be what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. I hate doing it, but
Yeah, I think probably the chance we'll have 3 if Danny May wants to.
okay, yeah.
That'll give you 3.
Okay. Well, then that's where we can look at. Danny May was on the Star, right?
What's that?
Danny May was on the Star. I know he goes to Rocky or Eagle, right?
Yeah, I think he goes to Eagle. Well, he'll be going to Eagle, I think.
And I got 3 goalies too.
You got 3 goalies. What about Jake? You have any?
And those 2 are the 2 question marks are my team manager's kid and my goalie.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were friends with me last year.
Oh,
Weren't gonna play if I didn't give their kids jersey. They were gonna quit before state if I didn't give their kids the numbers they wanted on their jerseys. They didn't want match numbers with light. They wanted new numbers on the lights. So they don't have the same number.
You can't do that though, because the roster has your number
Yeah.
on it.
Believe me, I tried to explain
Oh
that.
my God.
And the number that one wanted was 87, which is classic.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you.
Let's look at 99.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, we'll play that by ear. Maybe we can try and do something to send out an email to all the parents to find out who's, I'll call who's going to Laura Capital. We're ready. We need you.
Yeah, we got it.
We'll do what we got to do to make it happen. Put it that way. So,
Well, the problem with that is two of the kids that are on this list. Brian Gilquist
yeah,
can't stand up on skates.
yeah.
Like he's a risk to get injured. We have had 7 kids travel.
Yeah.
Sophia Rambo is the same. She can skate,
Yeah.
but in a full check league, when we're traveling, those 2 could get killed.
Yeah.
And not because somebody's even being mean, just because they put themselves in the wrong situation.
Yeah,
So
sure.
take those 2 out of 3. And that's if Littrell and Cam Shaw play. I think Gavin Kime is the only for sure kid, and Cassie Ward.
What
The only
about?
reason I'm staying this year, coach, is because I had Cassie since 8th grade.
So, I mean, do you have players that? Well, maybe we need to see who Lloyd. Let's go. We can give you so they can still play high school. Give you stuff.
I'm sure that any JV are better than half of my varsity team.
Yeah. Well,
If
yeah.
they can stand up and skate, that's a step.
Actually, there's a couple that are pretty decent that would be better. They're better than those people coming out of Leonard play. There's actually a few decent players in
If
there.
if McCall doesn't do their own thing, I can get Dietz and Riley and Stockton and Gage to come down again, but they won't come for anything except games, which is
that right away. So we need to get going on this because I want to make schedules. I'm gonna mock up a 5 and a 6-team schedule then.
You can call.
But I think
You're gonna have to call her.
no, so this is the
No,
thing. No. Listen. If you don't like your team manager, you are the coach. You pick your team
I
manager.
told you this is, I'll talk to you about it after.
Yeah, I know, but if you don't want that, then who cares?
Well, there gets the number.
So give it take. What are you willing to put up with to get that number?
I'm gonna have to go after, after state. I can't let that go. $700, can't let that go.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Well, the other thing is if you're gonna have cuts, I mean,
I'll get better.
you're gonna have 27 kids.
James,
James, you're gonna have a team. You'll have a team. Between his cuts, a couple McCall kids, maybe a few stragglers, you'll have a team.
Sounds good.
I did notice on your warm-ups, 5 minutes, ice cut after 2, so are we doing every 2 period ice cuts? 5
That's gonna be, that'll be for the league, not for the state, or not for the city league, but for the state league.
Okay.
To make it more efficient, it'll just be cuts every second period for the weekend.
I didn't know if that was
The weekend
something-
pod, we're calling it. Yeah, and that'll be like that at every range to make it consistent.
Parents, it's gonna be a tough one.
The worst thing we do is wait till the team was fresh ice at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 schools on one.
What's that?
We might as well have brown jerseys and just make all the
Hey, how about we have some positive attitude?
Well, to be honest,
I like that idea.
But here's the thing is, I'm not gonna be able to sell it to parents or kids that we should have them pay on top of what they paid last year to travel around when I have 6 schools on a team. There's no, it's hard to get 3 schools to come together and actually be a team. Look, I have more fights on my own bench than they've ever fought.
Well, honestly, if you'd rather, if it's not gonna work for you, I need to know, because we'll just shut the team down. And we'll go 5
We
teams.
can throw those kids into the
Just
schools.
Yeah, I know there's a few.
But that's gonna end up happening anyway, though, that, what if they go to Canyon County, then they probably have 30 schools on there, and they still make it work. So we gotta figure out either we're doing it or we're not doing it.
You should have to come up with
Well,
5.
Well, I'm gonna make 2 schedules, I'll just make 2 schedules, I'll make a 6 and a 5, that I can just release them both, but it's just gonna fall on you to get ahead of
Is
this.
McCall gonna play in our city if they do have a team in our
No,
city county?
no. They're just gonna play up north, they'll do the same thing that Sun Valley does. Their bantam team will be their high school team or whatever it is, their midget teams or high school team.
How's that again?
He's trying to you jerseys already.
And make it, fashionable.
We put a
Like,
tail,
it's like,
breezer covers with a tail.
good, white breezers. Nobody's done that since like the 1950 Rangers. White breezers.
State last year.
Okay, so you have some work to do. You gotta get on top of this right away because we gotta make a decision.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I'm willing to take those kids too. Yeah, if you get all the call kids in practice and stuff.
So you gotta get as well best way because if you got like 7 kids, then you're gonna stay because Lloyd will have enough for you.
Yeah.
But if you only have 4
Even if
kids,
they're practicing,
even if he gives you 7 still.
I have 5.
I know that it's on here, because I lived with all these years, so that's why I was just call kids. And we were sort of the hodgepodge.
3,
Out in Canyon County 4, so.
5. And that's if